Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the host who thought Bashbots was an animation, the Dominus Ignis.
Ever since Johnny 5 worked out that disassemble equals dead, robots have been finding ever more complex and effective ways to defend themselves not only from the prying fingers of squishy humans, but from each other. Nowadays, even the most war-hungry, battle-ready soldier would quake in their combat boots at the sight of the finely designed, ultra-mean, technological terrors we have waiting patiently to take on our vicious set of trials, designed to show off just how far they've come from their woman-stealing wobblebox ancestors of yesteryear. Let's see which of the fittest is going to survive this week.
From England, Black Powder.
3mm aluminium armour protects Black Powder. A windscreen wiper motor powers the lifting arm, and that can lift a Sinclair C5.
From the United States of America, Brian.
Brian is the fastest robot in the field at 13 miles an hour. It has 4 different body sections, and they can be driven independently. It's powered by 6 12-volt batteries, and this robot can hopefully drive over anything.
From the United States of America, Billy Goat.
A large wheeled robot with a lifting arm. The innards and wheels were taken from a farmyard, but will it ram all opponents into oblivion?
From England, Spog Bolog.
One of the most complicated and expensive robots in the field, costing almost £5,000. This robot features a powerful axe and lifting snowplow.
From Northern Ireland, Razzor.
A lethal scorpion-tailed robot and a tail that can crush with a pressure of 9 grams. It can turn in tight corners. It's nippy and it's driven by 2 Golf Caddy motors. We'll see if this one can make a few holes in one.
From Ireland, Oblivious 2.
This robot took 13 weeks to build with parts from around the house. It features a movable arm and a tungsten-tipped saw. Its drive is powered by stolen wheelchair motors that Kroger promises to give back.
Our first round is the gauntlet, an obstacle devised to test our robots to their limit. They need to make it from here to the end zone in as fast a time as possible. They have 3 routes to choose from. On my right we have the Sentinel, 2 pits and a deadly dead metal. Or they can take on the centre route featuring spikes, these heavy breeze blocks, a seesaw and the lovely shunt. And finally they can take on the route to my left featuring circular saws, the ram rig and the fiery flame pit. Oh yes, and of course, Sir Killalot.
Our first gauntlet runner, Black Powder.
This is my robot Black Powder. It's armed with these vicious spikes that will do major damage, as well as a lifting arm powered by a windscreen wiper motor, which can lift a Sinclair C5.
3, 2, 1, activate.
Well, it's lights out and away we go for the gauntlet. Black Powder's up first and, well, it can lift a Sinclair C5 apparently, but you need to navigate your way through the ram rig first, fellas. Come on, get a move on. Jammed up again and again. Those rear tyres certainly not helping gather enough traction for the front ones as well. They really are getting jammed up and around here. And even if they get to the end of this ram rig, look at what is in front of them. It's Sir Killalot. And well, you might be able to lift a Sinclair. Can you lift a Sir K? The answer, a resounding no! And it's Sir Killalot with the lift himself. And Grim really is having grim problems here. Black Powder being pounded into dust. Seconds remain. Can Black Powder remain in here? This is still a relatively decent run, distance-wise. But in terms of damage, it's cataclysmic. Goodness me.
Come on up the platform! How do you feel that went?
Well, I think the house robots are a bit cheeky, aren't they? Bit unfair, 3-on-1. I'll have to get some revenge later.
Give him a round of applause!
Roboteers, stand by.
Brian from Business Cat, next up to run the gauntlet.
Hi, I'm Business Cat. My robot here is Brian. That's all about it.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
And away goes Brian with those independently articulated sections. Now, Brian here has a turning circle of 4 meters. Might need something a little bit more articulate to get around the Sentinel and Dead Metal, who is closing in, as you could see from the camera there. And now he has a grip on Brian. And those boggly eyes might be about to boggle off here. The Sentinel pinning him from behind, Dead Metal from the front. Can Business Cat's machine squeak its way through? It really is being pounded. It's similar to black powder in a way here, with just how much punishment it's taking against the railings, jammed up against the railings there, I think the mouth, the beak, whatever it actually is stuck. But that might be enough for a decent overall score.
Come on up the platform. You got pummeled by Shunt.
I didn't get pummeled. Brian did. Brian doesn't like that.
Why does Brian not like that?
He's gonna be back very angry. His eyes are very hurt.
Do you think it was a good idea to go down the Sentinel route?
I think it was the best decision of my life. I mean, Brian's life.
Give him a round of applause!
Next up, Billy Goat from George the Jedi.
Hello, I'm George from Team Billy Goat. This is my robot, Billy Goat. It's got a very powerful lifting arm and very beautiful motors. Didn't borrow my family's farm equipment that I was thrown out of at all. High Team Blade.
3, 2, 1.
Away goes Billy Goat, straight into those bricks. You can make all of the ramming jokes you want here straight away. The spikes causing Billy Goat some problems though. These bricks haven't exactly fallen great. Maybe George needs some Jedi intervention, because yes, he has decided to back away and take another route and go straight for the Sentinel. He's trying to squeeze his way through, and he does! Nearly danger there, and there still might be! And it's the haystack of doom for Billy Goat. Well, disastrous ending, but it might still be enough.
Come on up the podium. Why did you jump straight into the pit?
I didn't want to at first. I thought I could get past, but when I saw the house robot getting closer, it's like, screw it, it's a safer bet.
People will be calling you a chicken back in the pits.
I'm not afraid of chickens. I don't care. You can call me a chicken all you want. I'm through to the next round, baby.
Well, I guess we'll be seeing you in the next round.
And now Spog Bolog, built and driven by Marrow.
Hello, this is my robot Spog Bolog. It's got a powerful tracked drive train powered by 3 24-volt go-kart motors. It's got the actuated lifting plough, the axe to slam on top of any robot. And if you come round the back, I've got some spikes, so no one's gonna creep up on me.
3, 2, 1.
And here we go, Spog Bolog. And it showed Billy Goat the way to do the bricks. Wow, £5,000, and no, it's done even worse. It's given up on the bricks without even nudging it out of place. And Spog Bolog already panicking, going for the I'll panic and go down the Sentinel route that virtually everybody has opted for. And those tracks salvaged from a Vickers tank, taking a bit of a tanking there as the Sentinel presses in from behind, while Dead Metal continues the punishment from the front. Spog Bolog trying to fight back here as Shunt joins in the fray. Both axes piling down on each other. Both of those snowplows lifting and getting wedged in at awkward angles. Spog Bolog really having to maneuver here for any extra inch it can as both house robots are just pounding in on it here. There's the Shunt cam as more damage comes in with 8 seconds to play, and Shunt's gone itself, while Spog Bolog looked like it would end up in that pit very early on, but it's hung on as Shunt goes down itself. Pity 4 in more ways than one.
Come on up the podium. How did you feel that went?
I went to go for the bricks at the start, and I thought with my drive I could get by it, but unfortunately those bricks are just too heavy. Right at the end there, Dead Metal pushing me back. I think Dead Metal's out of order, but what can you do?
Do you think you've done enough to qualify?
Oh, well, I don't know. I would like to do a bit better, but...
We'll have to see. Give him a round of applause.
Next up, the turn of Razzor by Jagantag.
This is Razzor. Main crushing machine. Has 3 megagrams of crush right at the tip. And drive is powered by 2 wheelchair motors I stole from our grounds wheelchair.
3, 2, 1, activate!
Here goes Razzor. Is it going to go for the Ramrig option? Well, it was the very first option we saw taken. And Razzor so far, well, maybe I've cursed it before I even say anything. I was going to say it's doing better than our first contestant did, and it has snuck its way through. Kilowatt closing in already, and that 9 grams of crush come into play now. Razzor, which is like massively overweight, grabbing in on Kilowatt's lance here, and it's going to drag itself either over or to the finish line, and it has been turned over fully here. And Razzor is going to be plucked into the air and, well, I'd say roasted. Kilowatt roasting itself at the time as Shunt comes in to try and help out. And then it's dangled around and spun, but if anything, Kilowatt's helping it out here, dragging it closer to the finish line. Is it going to realise its way of its errors? 4 seconds. Razzor is still edging closer to the finish line despite being overturned. And that ends a chaotic run.
Come on up the platform. Looked like Sir Killalot really wanted you dead. Did you think you could actually beat Killalot?
Yeah, I thought I could take him. It was unfortunate that he got stuck in the flame pit. And then I got flipped over. And that got immobilized. And got hit with the hammer. But apart from that, it went pretty well.
Well, you've done enough to qualify. We'll see you in the next round.
And the gauntlet concludes here with Oblivious 2 from Kroger.
So, this is my really good robot, Oblivious 2. It's got this really cool lifting arm at the front. We're going to lift the competition into space and back. We've got this incredibly powerful saw at the back, driven by this wheelchair motor, harvested from my old man's wheelchair. He's going to be immobile for a while, but I promised him I'd give it back. And we got these really grippy bike wheels and this hazard stripe armor to, make people scared of us. Very good report.
3, 2, 1. Activate!
Here goes Oblivious 2, and irrespective of what happens here, in the notes it says that this robot was formed on wheelchair motors that Kroger promises to give back. Little extra note, it's from his granddad. I'm hoping Grandad Kroger is in good health, because Oblivious 2 might not be once that axe comes down from Shunt, and once again it's the double pinned attack from the house robots here. Oblivious 2 is being knocked about the place and wedged in and out, and shake it all about. And it's finally moved itself away with plenty of damage in the process, and Shunt flips it over. Oblivious 2 in danger. Dead metal closing in for extra damage. Everything's fallen off. I just hope old Grandad Kroger can salvage the remains of the machine that he needs here to function. Dead metal says good night, and Kroger is in the pit of oblivion with his Oblivious machine. A disaster class in more ways than one. There goes that lifting arm, there goes everything, there goes the smoke. And Oblivious 2 here with a chaotic and cataclysmic finish.
Come on up the platform! Your granddad lost a wheelchair motor for this?
We did take his wheelchair motor, and that happened to be the one motor that got hit by Shunt. So, I think Granddad's gonna be crab walking in his wheelchair for some time to come.
Do you think it was a good idea to go down the Sentinel route?
No.
Unfortunately, you didn't cover enough distance and you're out of the tournament.
And there we have it. Oblivious 2 out. Not even close to the others in comparison.
So, this robot had a lot of potential. So, it's quite saddening. I think we're gonna go back to the drawing board. I'm gonna make it green next time, I think, and I might have like a flipper on it. I like Poland as a country, so I might name it something similar to that. Maybe you can see us back. Maybe like Police or something.
Sumo, the internationally respected 1,000-year-old sport with more jiggling than the jelly counter at your local buffet, and more chins than the man perusing it. You'll see no rolls of fat on our competitors here, though you may see a couple of nappies on the now defeated machine watching on as its peers tangle, heave and contort around our own sand ring here in the arena, to see who will go through to the semi-finals and who will wallow in dishonourable defeat.
Didn't take any real damage from the gauntlet. One of the wheels was slightly bent, but we've hammered that back into place. So, time to take Shunt out. Get a bit of vengeance for what the house robots did to us.
For the next round, we're doing sumo, right? Okay. Brian has a secret tactic when he fights. He likes to wrap around you and basically cuddle you to death. He sort of, kills you.
Gonna try to get around the side, hopefully. If not, hopefully just the wedge is low enough to the ground to push him out. We'll see.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1, activate.
Black powder to run the sumo first. We've already established that it can't lift a kilolot. Thus, it probably also can't lift the Sinclair C5 without a struggle. And at the moment, it's not even trying to lift Shunt because it's wedged its lifting arm in between Shunt's axe assembly. In a way, though, it's helping it. It's got grip, it's got purchase, it's got 23 seconds on the clock, and this is a really respectable run by Black Powder. And it's slowly edging Shunt closer to the edge, just as it lost its grip. This is a fantastic show in the end from Black Powder. Can it crown its glory? Oh no, it nearly went off itself. And then Shunt does finish it off. Got a really good run. Fair play to Black Powder here. There's the end. It doesn't show the 40-odd seconds of endurance beforehand. Very, very good stuff.
You lasted 40 seconds. Do you think that was a good run?
I think it went pretty well. Shunt's pretty powerful. I'm not sure people can withstand it as long as I did.
40.7 seconds. That's going to be hard to beat.
3, 2, 1, activate.
And here we go. Is 9 grams enough to override 40 seconds? Oh, you bet it is! Razzor's done it already! And Shunt nearly ended up out of the arena, let alone the Sumo Basher ring. Here we go again. Short-lived, but joy forever for Razzor. Fantastic drive.
That was amazing!
Yeah, that was pretty good. Shunt turned out to be a bit of a wimp in the end.
Well, we'll see you in the next round.
And that is victory for Razzor and Jagantak.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
Now Billy Goat. And it's got underneath Shunt already here. And it is pushing it back already. Can it ram its way to glory? It can lift its way to glory. The rear of Shunt just dangled over the edge of our Sumo ring. That was enough just to topple it over for good. And it's another victory here.
That was a very impressive run.
Holy crap, I didn't think those parts would hold up, honestly. I'm very happy with that run. I don't think anyone's going to beat that.
Well, I guess we'll be seeing you in the next round.
Not quite as quick as Razzor, but brilliant.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
Well, I don't want to say I fear for Brian, but I do fear for Brian. I was gonna say that it doesn't look the most grounded, and out it goes already.
Well, that didn't go well.
Brian died.
Any last words?
Brian died for your sins.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1. Activate.
It's all down to Spog Bolog. 4 seconds to outlast, and it very nearly didn't do that. It has eclipsed Brian now, but Spog Bolog, £5,000, and it very nearly lost to the googly-eyed thing.
That was close. You made it to the next round, but just barely.
Well, much like the previous match, I'm not quite pleased. I feel like Spog Bolog could do a lot better than it currently is, but you know, we'll keep it going, see if it can really show off its skills out in the arena.
There it is, teetering on the edge. It's about the most traction it had the whole time. And then just accelerated off and out. But not out completely, just the ring. 11 seconds, Brian is out.
Welcome to the arena. We've separated the men from the boys, and only the strongest remain. The remaining 4 robots have been randomly drawn against each other. The rules are simple. Kick the other robot's head in, or at least immobilize them. If there's no clear winner, a winner will be picked by our panel of judges, who will be marking on style, control, damage, and aggression. Let's get stuck in!
First up, Billy Goat and Black Powder.
You've been drawn against Billy Goat. What do you think?
It shouldn't be too much trouble. Tip him over, get him in the pit.
Roboteers, stand by. 3, 2, 1.
Away we go with the arena stage. Billy Goat and Black Powder. Both lifting arms in action already, but missing! And it was Billy Goat's face that hit the floor as Black Powder nearly reversed into the pit. Now, Billy Goat stylishly getting back over while it was in danger for a few seconds there. Both machines repositioning. Should be noted, by the way, I've ignored it until now, tried not to bring it up, I've wanted to. Black Powder is overweight just by the 10 kilograms, and Billy Goat falls onto its face again. Those 10 kilograms really putting into effect there by Black Powder. Lifting arm goes up from both, but it's Billy Goat with the push. Sergeant Bash with the flame, nothing of note there for damage. Black Powder again with a lift, but can't get enough purchase to fully put Billy Goat in danger. And it was Black Powder that was edged towards the pit again as Shunt's axe narrowly misses twice. A bit of the action, you might say. I do apologise. Great ram though from Billy Goat here into the PPZ and hits one of our static prisms up there. Sergeant Bash again with the flamethrower. And it's Black Powder, which is still stuck in that PPZ. A really good lift from Billy Goat to keep it in danger as Bashu's Saw comes into play. Another lift of struggle there from Black Powder. Tries to get at the wheel and does with a partial lift. Billy Goat pushing back. Black Powder dupes away from that one. Trying to reposition. Good, enticing match here. Black Powder really trying to get a notable lift on here. It's been Billy Goat with a couple of pushes so far, but this match is still active until that moment. A really good push. It felt like it was coming, and Billy Goat finishes it off.
Come on up the podium. What happened there?
Yeah, well, I think I actually took some damage from Sergeant Bash, and that's how he was able to get the extra push on me. I think he bent one of the axles when I got pushed in the PPZ.
Yes! How was that for you?
Holy crap. That was a great fight. Back and forth. Grim, me and him always have great fights. Oh, I'm sorry for him, but I'm through the next round. Holy crap!
Congratulations, you are through to the next round.
Now Razzor and Spog Bolog.
Razzor has to be the favourite going into this. Do you have any tactics for fighting Spog Bolog?
I've had no look inside the machine. I know where all the juicy internals are to grab and crush.
So what are your tactics, Marrow?
Oh, well, I will admit Spog Bolog is quite a lot slower than Razzor, but I'm hoping I got the push ability to put it in the pit, drive it around, feed it to Shunt.
3, 2, 1. Activate.
And here we go. Who is going to meet Billy Goat in our final? Razzor, 20 kilograms overweight. Very contentious, to say the least. Spog Bolog. We haven't exactly seen much from this £5,000 machine so far to suggest it's worth the money. Got bullied by Shunt. Couldn't knock over a brick. It's the time though, the arena, where it can get its weaponry into play. Razzor nearly got into trouble there with Matilda. The spikes stop Spog Bolog making an advancement there on the Razzor from Jagantag. Really good drive there, but the Crusher couldn't quite come into play. Matilda with a drive, then Metal with a drive. And both machines just about get away, but Spog Bolog's been pushed back into the danger, and then Metal with a Jaggedy push down on Spog Bolog, and in the meantime, Razzor has been flung. The arena spikes do what they were, well, not exactly meant to do, but it's caused a great thing here for Spog Bolog, and now we have mayhem. Razzor has been overturned. I'm not exactly sure it's going to be allowed to continue. It was a pretty conclusive knockout, and the House Robots now coming in with more punishment. Spog Bolog was going in on the background, by the way. It's settled itself down now, and Razzor is just going to spin its way around. It's a dazed, confused Razzor. It's trying to make a statement for moral victory here, and Spog Bolog nearly went in the pit. This is all going to be for show now. Spog Bolog is over, but certainly not out. Razzor is over again, and in general, has been out for a while. Fun nevertheless. One of those prisms is going to end up in the pit. Will Razzor go in there first? Did Metal and Razzor in a dance of death now? It's a great arena fun out here. The House Robots determined to keep this going because they want full revenge on Razzor. They have beef. They have beef to grind, and Razzor is finally down. Brilliant fun. Fun fight. Spog Bolog is through. Overturned, but still through.
Come on up the podium. Oh no! Razzor is out! You were everybody's favourite. What went wrong?
Gutted. Really just wasn't expecting the spikes to be that strong. I'll be back next year.
We'll see you next year. Marrow and Spog Bolog, how do you feel, my friend?
Well, I'm quite happy. I believe it did a little bit better there, but, you know, we'd always do better. Razzor's an amazing driver, amazing robot. I'm sad to see him go out.
Well, good luck in the final.
Final time. Billy Goat and Spog Bolog.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go. Who will win this episode? Spog Bolog immediately nearly flicked itself over there. Certainly proved its worth a little bit more in the last fight. Stayed in there with Razzor when many wouldn't. Did get fortunate with the eventual KO, but it's also started this final well. And Billy Goat, which has looked really consistent throughout this episode until now, is in real danger all of a sudden. And Spog Bolog is a man on a mission. A machine on a mission, should I say. But either way, it's not a goat on a mission. It's not a goat overturned. That certainly is Billy Goat. And it still cannot right itself. Shunt with the punishment. There's the shunt cam. There's the shunt damage. Here's Kill-A-Lot. Billy Goat here is in real peril. And will it be finished off for good? The lifting arm is in tatters and remnants. And Kill-A-Lot is finally going to turn it. Whoa, I thought it was going to go back over, but it isn't. And Billy Goat has spent most of this final in peril. The lifting arm, jaggedy, overturned, and it still can't get its way back over. And Spog Bolog here seems to have done most of what it's needed to do in the opening exchanges. But Spog's over now, and well, this has been incredible. Billy Goat's been barraged throughout, but Spog might have to Bolog out of here. Ridiculous.
Come on up the platform. Well, you've won the heat. You're through to the series semi-final. How do you feel?
I don't think I deserved it, but regardless, I'm through to the semis. I did not expect that. I was so sure I'd go out. This was like one of the best experiences ever. And I didn't break my family's farm equipment that I shouldn't be having. Hi, Mom.
Give him a round of applause. Bashed up obstacles and sawed through floors. Who will pay the repair bill on Garry's Wars? Good night.
Please remember, building robots is awkward and shouldn't be attempted without a lot of help. To receive build rules and tutorials, you must first join the Garry's Wars Club. Please send £0 to the Garry's Wars Discord. If you build a robot that isn't shit, you will be refunded nothing. For more information, visit the Garry's Wars Steam group or